What if I told you the best sex of your life could start in your 40s, 50s, or beyond? There's this idea floating around that sex just declines as we age, that it's all downhill after 50, and that's not actually true. In fact, for many women, the best sex of their lives shows up after 40s or 50s. However, most women aren't ever shown or taught how to make that into a reality. And if that sounds impossible to you right now, or if you're experiencing discomfort or pain with sex, if there's a lack of sensation or a lack of interest in sex, then stay with me until the end, because I'm going to share with you what actually makes a difference in women who have a fantastic sex life after 40 and those who do not. I'm Dr. Janet Williams. I'm a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist, intimate health coach, and hypnotherapist. And I help women over 40 navigate perimenopause and menopause, things like hot flashes, changes in libido, emotional blocks, poor sleep, so that they can feel like themselves again, feel peace, passion, and pleasure in their lives. In this video, I'm sharing the 3 most important shifts you need to make in order to tap into the best sex of your life over 40. By the end of this video, you'll know the steps that you need to take to ensure an amazing sex life now and for the years to come. Now, before we jump into the details, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and share this video with someone who you know needs this information. When you subscribe to this channel, it not only helps you to change your life for the better, but it allows other women to get this information and get the help that they need. Okay, so let's jump in. Now, what I've seen over and over again with the women that I work with in perimenopause and menopause is that when they have an amazing sex life, satisfying, connected, pleasurable sex does not happen by accident. There are 3 things that consistently show up, and they're about awareness, connection, and intention. So let's walk through them. First is physical awareness. And what I mean by that is by having a full understanding of your body, really understanding your body, what's changing, what's different, and what's actually going on biologically, physiologically, and medically in your body. Because perimenopause and menopause bring about actual changes, biologic changes, hormone shifts, sleep disruption, energy changes, desire can change, and arousal can definitely change. And ignoring your body and just kind of pushing through your symptoms definitely does not help your sex life. Women who feel better physically tend to be more open to pleasure. Because when you're exhausted, not sleeping, or uncomfortable, intimacy is not something that's going to be at its best, and it may not even be there at all. So physical awareness looks like asking questions, getting curious. Is hormone therapy something that might be right for me? These are questions that we should be asking. Do I need to get better sleep? Is pain, dryness, or discomfort with sex something that I've just come to normalize and just kind of push through? Is it something that I don't actually need to live with? It's about knowing what your options are, knowing what issues you have in your own body and what options are available to adjust and help to support those, so that you can make informed decisions about what works for your body, what works for your situation, and works for you as a whole. And just having that awareness can be very empowering and help to support that sex life that we really want. So the second piece is the mind-body connection. This is a huge part because for a lot of women in that midlife transition, the biggest obstacle to pleasure is not actually anything physical. It's not physical at all. It's about our mindset and false beliefs that we hold around sex. Things like the belief that great sex is reserved only for younger women, or that beauty fades, a belief that desire is supposed to fade or supposed to disappear, and the thought that pleasure becomes irrelevant. And if you don't believe something is possible, then your body, your mind is not going to open up to the possibility. I see this a lot of times in women who are accomplished, intelligent, very capable women, but they also may be kind of secretly holding some grief around their bodies changing or some sort of resentment towards aging. And this overwhelming sense of being past their quote unquote prime. And those thoughts, when we have them, they're embedded in our subconscious, they get in the way, they become blocks, or what I like to call intimacy congestion. So reconnecting the mind and the body means to notice those beliefs and begin to reprogram and clear out those blocks. It means allowing yourself to imagine pleasure expanding instead of shrinking. And it means giving yourself permission to want more. And sometimes that requires us to go in and clear those blocks, clear out those old tired stories, those old experiences, those old disappointments that are still influencing your body and how it responds today. And once we get the mind right, the body falls into place and follows. Now, the third piece is intention and consistent attention to self-care and your sensual life. Women with deeply satisfying sex lives, they don't wait for desire to magically appear. They decide that their sensual well-being is important. They're intentional. They prioritize rest. They choose to be involved with practices that help to reconnect their body. Things like breath work, meditation, and hypnosis, or even quiet time without any distractions. They choose behaviors or practices that help to reconnect them with their body. There's so many things competing for our focus. We've got work, there's phones, social media, endless scrolling. You're getting a lot of dopamine hits from the scrolling and constant news and responsibilities. So where are we placing our awareness? Where is your presence? The presence matters. Consciously being aware, connecting with people, saying hello, pausing to notice sensation in your body. At least a few minutes each day to focus on yourself, time that's devoted to yourself. When you make these choices, it builds confidence in yourself. It builds faith in yourself, and it sends a message to yourself and to your body that you're here, that you're tuned in, and that you're important. But when we put all of this together, physical self-awareness, that mind-body connection with room for new beliefs, and intentional care for your sensual life, that combination creates a foundation for pleasure to grow. And if where you are right now is not feeling good, it is not the end of the story. It's not the end of the road. It just means that you have so much more to explore. And that is where things can begin to change for the better. If you're ready to be intentional about your pleasure and your intimate life moving forward, use the link somewhere around this video to join the Change community. This is where you can join the conversation and get support and learn how to create the best sex of your life. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.